Hello guys, welcome to Tactical Air War. I have tried a million times to get on. Server access is full. You can't take off now. You are on 4 position. Alright, I won't take off. I'll just sit here. Tactical Air War. Access site is full. You can't take off now. You are on 4 position. What does that even mean? I am on 4 position. So basically there's too many people on the Axis side. I don't know, I'm kicked. Don't know if I can swap sides. So many obstacles to overcome to actually getting into this thing here. I'll go on the Allied side. Guys, be prepared for a lot of boredom for the next 20 minutes. That's how long it's going to take to get into Tactical Air War. It's literally going to be a loading screen for 20 minutes. I am making progress, you see, but it's very slow. First of all, I got on there and it kicked me because it said I wasn't registered. I registered last season. Here I am for this season. You got to register anew. So I went back to their website. I registered. Now I'm here, and now look at this, Axis 50, Allies 18. So there's way too many people on that Axis side. Yeah, I don't care about coalition penalty. Jeez. Alright, I'm definitely going to be flying the I-16. Unless it has a problem with me doing that. What camo scheme do I want? Go for the rainbow one. In the modern age, the rainbow has... No, it's not really a rainbow, but it's kind of like a rainbow. This is from the Spanish Civil War. Yeah, I'm reclaiming the rainbow for I don't know, for air combat. Full fuel. Guns to 300. Do I want guns to 300? I'm going to actually change it back to something I prefer, which is closer in. Guns to 150. One piece windscreen, that's going to do it. 2,800 rounds of ammo. It's not letting me start. It's got a countdown of 531 seconds. Wunderbar. Just let me fly, man. You know what I mean? Tactical Air War. This is Tactical Air War. Like for the Spanish skin. Thanks, Jose. Tactical Air War. It's a highly engineered product. You know, in the Olympics, there's a type of running called hurdles, and they got to run 100 meters or whatever, and they've got to jump over the hurdles. Have you ever seen, like, in those like comedy blooper footage, like at kids' little league athletics school sports day or something? And there's one kid that's running, and he's running and running, and he jumps over the first hurdle, and it falls down, and he knocks it down, and he jumps over the second one, and he knocks it down. This is what this is. This is me jumping over hurdles and knocking down every single hurdle, and just keeping on running and knocking down all of the hurdles as I run. It's basically encountering multiple problems and just continuing. As long as you don't break your ankle or your leg on a hurdle, you can keep on going. 441 seconds before I can start. That's ridiculous! Come on, Tactical Air War, what are you doing with all your rules? Rules are great and all, but sometimes they just wreck everything. Why, pray tell, do I have to wait 500 seconds before I can start? That's like 10 minutes. And I've run out of beverage. That's the real tragedy. What's the bet that when I start, it'll just kick me anyway on some trumped up reason? Ah, Lala 9000, you're going to be kicked because you're not allowed to fly the I-16. Well, why did you let me fly the I-16 in the first place? Lala 9000, you cannot take off now. You will be kicked. Well, what the heck? So many complications. It must be good because, like a popular restaurant, everyone in town is flocking to get into tactical air war right now. It's basically 84 out of 84. It's that capacity. The problem is Germany 53, Soviet Union 22. No one wants to be on the Soviet Union side. Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but everyone's gone onto the German side. And now I'm incurring some kind of a penalty for trying to assist in this imbalance by going over to the Soviet Union side to fly an I-16. And now I've got a 500-second penalty or something. I'm going to use this opportunity constructively. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. I'll be back in 3 minutes. 7 seconds left to go. I'm back. I'm equipped with a cup of tea, ready to rock and roll. We're going to fly an I-16 on the server Tactical Air War. There is a slim chance that this will be successful. Great chance that we'll be kicked after about 20 seconds in the game. I doubt that I'll even get my engine started before it kicks me for some arbitrary reason. What am I doing here? Says Chris YT Gotcha. I don't know, Mang. Ah! That's too much. That's too much. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I got to restart the game since registering on Tactical Air War or something. I don't know. That's crazy. I hope none of you stayed all the way through that. That would have been torturous. You are banned for 202. I'm banned. Ah, wonderful. I'm banned. WTF. Oh well, that's tech. You guys, I'm gonna keep this up here as a record of this proceeding. Why pray tell am I banned? What was I saying about an arbitrary reason? I thought I'd at least get my engine started before it kicked me out, but now it's actually banned me. Nice, nice. Oh, hope you guys found that entertaining. Let's try out Wings of Liberty, shall we? Good old Wings of Liberty. I'd go combat box, except there's like 3 people on combat box. Lala 9000, you are banned for 2002. Okay. Lala 9000, you will be kicked for flying the Stuka. Gee, that 500-second penalty was really fun. Alright, good old Wings of Liberty. Say what you will about WoL, it ain't gonna ban you for no arbitrary reason. I don't think I've ever been arbitrarily kicked from Wings of Liberty. Like ever. It's incredibly stable. Sometimes, rarely, it's difficult to get on, like when they're close to capacity, but that's rarely. Alright, let's see what we got. Stuka. I could fly the Ju-52 with a full Jaeger. It's a long distance to fly a Stuka. Let's just do it anyway. $65 fuel, I think. I assume it's during the summertime. It's Kuban. I could take the BK and attack some tanks. I'm going to go the Siren, I'm going to go the 500 and the 250. Looking good, looking good. I have to remember to turn the Siren on. Well, apart from that craptacular beginning, let's get on with Stukerization. I'm going to Stukerize some targets. There are some tanks. I'll hit them next with the BK. Ah, look, it's Ju-52. Auntie. Affectionately known as Auntie. There's another JU-52. Can I take off straight ahead? I have a feeling that's the furthest distance over there. Hard to tell what we've got. Can I go straight ahead? I think I can go straight ahead. Alright, I'll put down some flap. That'll do us. Close the canopy. Radiators are set, propellers set. Froggy Frog 9000 set. Let's just sit up a bit. And I've got a GPS icon on this map, which is good. We are here. What target we're going to hit? Probably the tanks and vehicles. Nah. Warehouse? Tanks? Artillery? Artillery, I think. That's a long flight. Can I do it on 50% fuel? Artillery. It's going to have to be the artillery. Two hours and 43 left in the game. Plenty of targets on both sides. Alright, let's bloody do this. Let's rock and roll! Wait for Auntie to get off. "1632's under attack." There she goes. There's that one just parked there, very camouflaged. Actually bounce off the ground at about 150 kilometers an hour. Interesting, in Kuban the axis is heading south and sometimes west. I'm going to stay in climb mode for a bit. I think I've got some additional armor plate on the roof there. That's good. It doesn't impact your speed, so again that's good. What do I see there? There's an airfield. I think that's the one I took off from. So we're going to head out to the artillery to the west. So let's do that now. Important to get some altitude for protection against fighters en route. No point in getting 90% of the way there and getting shot down by a fighter that sees me low down. Looking to get up to about 3,000 meters or even higher. How's the temperature? Not too bad. Speed is low. That's expected because we're climbing out. Going due west. Lights are off. What is our altitude? We just passed 1,000 meters. That's good. We're climbing. Speed, of course, still very low. You don't want to go below about 200 kilometers an hour. We're about 220 right now. I should reduce the engine power soon. What's the temperature? Oh, it's getting hot. Yeah, that's water's over 100. So I've increased the water radiator and I've lowered the engine power to continuous and hoping that the water will come back down below 100. Our speed is not too bad. What's our altitude? 1,250 meters. Our track is a bit off. We need to go west. Have I lifted the flaps? Yes, I have. That's a pretty crucial thing. If you're trying to climb and you've got the flaps down, it's not going to work too well. Couple of green lights down there. What are they? Kraft, Stoff, Volst, Varnung. I reckon that means petrol something warning. No, it doesn't. I don't know what it means. Anyone know what that means? Kraft Stoff has got to be petrol. And Wolstand Varnung, don't know what that is. I think I said it correctly though. The temperature is good. The speed is good. The track is not too bad. What's the altitude? That's the crucial thing. Almost, we're getting on towards 2,000, that's good. 1,700. Haven't been shot down yet, evidently. Just about to pass the natural track to the warehouse. Oh shit, it's a P39. It's a P40, it's a 109. What the freak is it? It's a 109. Ah, thank God it's a 109. I think it's going to take me almost 10 minutes to get down to that artillery. Particularly because I'm in a climb. Lucky that was a 109, or else I would have been toast. What do we got? 250. Temperature's good. Almost at 2000. I feel like giving this aircraft a name. More on that later. Anyways, back to the six-pack. Speed, low, very low, almost 200. Altitude, 2000, excellent. Heading is not too bad. Let's check the map. We're pretty much on course for the artillery. Got to watch out for enemies heading for our warehouse and residual aircraft from the red tanks to the south. Any spillover from any battles there will be coming this way. I'm going to need more power. At this altitude, 85% throttle gives me continuous mode. I think I should go even higher. There's 90% throttle. It's good that I've gotten to 2000. I don't know that I can go much higher. And south of it. Guys, we've made it about halfway, so that's really good. Didn't get shot down yet. Did I close the canopy? Yes, I did. Our artillery at 1936 destroyed. Speed 230, altitude 2,250 meters, temperatures below 100, that's good. What else? Fuel, hopefully okay, took off with about 50-60% fuel. Direction is good, all good. Hopefully I'll destroy their artillery in one foul swoop with my 3 bombs. I've got a 500 and I've got 2 250s. One other thing I should do is check that I've locked my gunners. Enemy warehouse at 1831 destroyed. Excellent. And we're at 2,400 meters. I'm going to lock the gunner station if it's not already locked. Yeah, it is locked. Unavailable. That's good, and as we discovered on the last Stuka flight, it's essential. It's essential because what happens is someone can just jump in the gunner seat of a Stuka and start firing, and they can shoot your tail off. And they can also put giant streaks of tracer across the sky that anyone can see for miles around. And that will attract enemy fighters to you by the sight of the tracer, which will act as like a homing beacon for them, and they'll come straight at you and they'll shoot you down. So that's why you lock the gunner seat. So we took off here at Maycop. We're headed here to R2. It's in a patch in between the forest. Probably going to get quite mountainous now. Basically, how am I going to do this? Really, you want to drop all your bombs in one go and then just get the heck out of there. If you want to do a second pass, maybe you can drop the first bomb and then do a second pass, shooting as you go and dropping the other bombs. I don't know. I'm inclined to just drop everything in the first go and then just get the heck out of there. I also have a lot of ammo. Potentially I could use the ammo to shoot up the flak, but that's more of a job for the fighters. I think I'll just hit the biggest, juiciest target. Oh shit, there's an aircraft. Looks like a 109. Hey man, where's 1531 gone? It's been destroyed. Enemy artillery at 1531 destroyed. What the hell do I do? I think I'll just keep going there anyway. I'll just keep going there. There'll still be stuff to destroy. I discovered that in the last flight. The target that I was heading to got destroyed, but when I got there was still flak and there was still things on the ground to hit. There's an aircraft down there. This place is swarming. I just nearly choked on my tea there. You know when you try and drink and breathe at the same time? I don't recommend. It must be down there somewhere. There. Destroyed dugout. So I got something. And I remembered the siren. Let's go. I do also have two MG17 facing forward, plus my two guns facing backwards. I think they're MG17 variants as well, but they're electrically actuated. They don't have a firing pin, and they're very fast firing. I think they might be called MG81s or something. If you want to know more about the tail gunner's guns in this plane, I recommend having a look at the the YouTube channel, Forgotten Weapons or Historical Weapons. I think it's called Forgotten Weapons, and it's the host is called Ian, and it's a really good channel. It's a bit like Hickok 45, and he does like historical weapons of all different types. and he's got one episode on the 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 MG that goes in Luftwaffe bombers, and I'm pretty sure it's the one in the Stuka. Now I'm at continuous mode. And the amazing thing about it is it does not have a firing pin. It has like an electrical pulse that triggers off the cartridges to fire, which I thought was fascinating. Didn't know that. Of course, I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, but that was a pretty successful mission so far. Right, going to turn east. Don't really want to go over my warehouse. There's nothing there for me to shoot, and there's a great chance of getting shot down. Let's go into auto cruise. Let's scrutinize the map a bit more. Next up, I'm going to get some BKs, and I'm going to attack the tank. You know what I could do? It's probably not a good idea. I'm just thinking out loud. What I could do is I could go to the tanks, particularly if the tanks and vehicles were here. I could divert to them, shoot up all of the soft-skin vehicles and the AAA with my guns until my ammo's gone, and then head back to base. But if I go to those tanks, chances are I'll just get shot down by a fighter, and I don't know that there's any soft-skin vehicles there. I think it's just tanks. G'day, Artoria. Yes, exactly. If it was level bombing, I could fly over, drop, and then stay at the same altitude and cruise away. Also with the benefit of being at a higher true airspeed at a higher altitude. I mean, the Stuka, for all of its kind of antiquated fixed undercarriage and that kind of thing, and the struts on the tailplane causing a lot of drag, for all of that it's incredibly strong, and this thing at any speed, like in a dive or whatever, it's no problem. Of course, it has a limitation to how fast you can descend, but it's one of the stronger planes out there, that's for sure. A, because it's a ground attacker, and B, more importantly, because the airframe has been strengthened for dive bombing. And dive bombing requires a really strong airframe to withstand the high speed and to withstand the high G-forces on pull-out. So this is one strong mama. I'm going to turn due east just now and land at the nearest air. You are above the place of disembarkation of the saboteur. The place of landing is marked by bonfires. The saboteur must be landed near the car. WTF? Have I got something here that I can shoot? Give me something to shoot. I'll do one circle around. If I see a bonfire, I might consider shooting at it. I think that's something for a Ju-52 though. I have no idea what that's about. There's so much stuff on these servers, particularly on Tactical Air War, that it makes sense to the engineers who designed it, but to me it doesn't directly translate. Anyways, I'm going east. I'm going east. I'm going back to the nearest airfield. It's a real pity. I've got something like 3,000 rounds of MG17. It's just sitting in those wings there, and I need to use it on something. Time for another sip of tea. I'm going to make a note of my position. 12:32 and 3, 13:32 and 3. 12:32 3. I'm never going to remember that, but it's due west of this one. So there it is, 12:32 basically. Maybe one day in 6 months' time I'll figure out what that's about, and then I'll be able to make use of it. My warehouse down here somewhere. Probably gonna have some fighter activity. It's probably there. I think I can see something there, as in a factory. The landing was successful. Misters Pilots, thank you for your valor and professionalism. Wunderbar. Alright, there's my airfield there. I've probably got 5 minutes before this mission ends and then I'll land. Beautiful scenery, huh? We have mountains, we have cloud, rivers, forest, farmland, I think the mountains have some snow on the top. This being I think it's the Caucasus Mountains, some kind of mountains like that. Pretty amazing scenery. I'm going to put the lights on. That was I'm not going to count my chickens. I'm pretty much succeeded though. That was a successful mission. There's nothing much you can do about the fact that things get destroyed before you get there, but there were still targets there to attack. Out of fuel, says someone. I hope that's not me. I got plenty of fuel. Although the green light next to the Kraftstoff Waller and Varnung, I'm butchering that, aren't I? Wallerstand Varnung. I think it just means petrol. Does it mean petrol low warning or something? Really want to know what that means. Let's land. Bit of a bouncy, got down in one piece. Well, the enemy has 1, 2, 3 to attack and destroy, and 4. Paratrooper landed. That's for the Ju-52. What do we got? 1 and 2. If I go, I'm going to go again. If I go again, I'll get the BK and I'll attack some tanks. Rebuilding, successful landing, 10 points. 8. Now. Let's keep this. Do we want the siren? I don't think the siren's applicable to the. You can't use it with the BK, I think. Oh no, you can, but I'm not gonna. Do I want the plates? Yeah, I want the plates. Blue is armor piercing. Ah man, it just finished. Victory, Axis powers. Probably time for another sip of tea. Got to keep hydrated. Guys, I'm going to grab another cup of tea, and then when we go again, I'm going to jump in the BK 3.7 and attack some tanks. Okay, dudes, I'm back. Let's go again. We're on the Moscow map. Soviet Union 8, Germany 17. It's kind of good for me that we've got numerical superiority, given that I'm going in a Stuka. Makes it much more probable that I'll get through. I can also use a Ju-88 or a Henschel. Are there any enemy tanks? Yes, there are. I should go from here and attack these tanks here. Good plan, huh? Oh, man! No way. Because this is too early, the BK is not available. Damn! Ah, that's annoying. That is so annoying. Alright, Siren, additional armor. I could go the machine gun pods. They're devastating. I'll stick with this. What is the temperature? Negative 21. I'm going to need some snow. This will probably do it. Guns to 300 is better for this. How much fuel do I want? Not so much. Try 30%. And yes, I'm still going to open the radiators even though it's snowing. Being due east to the tank column. Hang on. I don't want the tank column. I don't have anything to destroy it. I don't think I can destroy tanks with bombs. I don't know. I don't think so. What can I destroy? There's a railroad. I'll definitely take out that railroad. That's for sure. That's what I'll do. One notch of flap. Let's rock and roll. Look at those armoured plates on the side there. That's pretty hardcore. That'd offer some pretty decent side protection. Gonna rotate at about, I don't know, 150. Not really rotate, just sort of bounce into the air under the ballooning effect of the flaps. There we go. Lights off. Don't need to put the gear up. What about the flaps? Are they up? Looks like it. Now the prop set, the engine's in climb mode for the time being. I'm going to go southeast, which is going to be about 140. I think that the Ju-88's probably got the same idea as me. I don't think he's going for the tanks, I think he's going for the train. Who is faster, him or me? Definitely him. Ju-88's much faster than a Ju-87. That means he's going to get there, he's going to flatten the train. Then I'm going to arrive there, and if there's anything left. So it's kind of like a competition, who can destroy the train the most and the first. That's what I surmise. Where is he? He's hidden behind that armoured, that heavy canopy. There he is. Literally have to beat that Ju-88 to the target. One thing that helps with that is if I stay on course, if he drifts off course, I'll have an ability to get ahead a little bit, but he seems to have better navigation than me so far. Right, the lights are off, the flaps are up, the temperatures are good for the time being, the speed is okay. I think we're headed in roughly the right direction. Let's check the mappy. Yeah, that looks good. Ju-88, much higher than us already and further ahead. I can drop all the bombs in one go, or I can drop them in a sequence. I might sort them into a sequence now by pressing left Windows button and B. Underwing singles, that's going to drop one wing, then the other, and then the main one. (1,400 meters). Where is the Ju-88? It's disappeared. We're right on track right here. Another plane that I seldom fly, which I should fly, and other people have recommended, is the Bf-110. It's fast, carries a heavy bomb load, it carries a heavy ammo load. It dogfights pretty well if you use it correctly. It's got a sting in the tail. It can also carry a single BK 3.7. $1,800. I'm going to level off at 2,000 and just lower the power for a bit. Remember, I took off with 30% fuel. There's 2,100 meters. Auto level on. Power down. 77% gives us continuous mode. Check the heading, it's not too bad. Alright, to recap, I'm going to drop bombs one at a time, starting with the wing and then the fuselage, 3 bombs. The idea is to hit a train. I'm going to dive on the train and progressively drop the bombs up the train. That's the plan anyway. It's the Battle of Moscow, so the BK 3.7, it's either not invented yet or it's not on the front line. Warning, to attack railroad station, takes cover in the square 1316.8. I don't know about that, but our thing here is not 1316, it's 2419. So it's a town with a railroad track and a station, I think. Railroad station, so I'm hitting a station. That doesn't necessarily mean there's a train there. Probably means it's going to be AAA and all sorts, probably some fuel. Double check that. Gunner is locked. That's good. There's a lot to it with these bombers. They're a different kettle of fish to fighters. Fighters are of course difficult enough. These things, they have their own complexities. If I open the bomb bay doors button, pressing N, it opens this door down here. That's good for viewing the target before you attack, but you should keep it closed when you're not using it because it makes you vulnerable to fire from the ground. We're about halfway there now. Going to turn left slightly. And do I want to keep climbing? Yeah, I think I'll keep into a shallow climb. Just at continuous mode. We're already at 2,100, so I'll see if I can get to 2,500. Climbing rapidly so far, and the speed looks to be just under 300. Do you notice something? This plane does not have an artificial horizon. So it's strictly a daytime plane, not for flying in the clouds. Old core, is the Stuka rigged to screech in a dive? Yes it is, thanks for reminding me. You press left out and S and it turns on the siren, and then left out and S and it turns it off. How's the temperature? Temperature's good. Speed's very low. What's our altitude? 2,600. We're almost at 2,800 meters. That's great. Right on the stall though. 95% power. Getting that last 100 meters is going to be difficult. 2,900 meters. 210 kilometers an hour. If I could close the radiators a bit, that'd give us more, less drag. Temperatures are okay so far. Speed's going up a bit. 2,950. There's 3,000 meters. And now I'm going to go auto level. Temperature's going up a bit, I'm going to have to watch. But first, a sip of tea. Alright, we're nearly there. There's an enemy airfield, enemy town, enemy railroad station. I'll hit the railroad station and then I'll just dive away west. Most of that flight up until now was conducted without really even looking outside, mostly looking at the instruments and looking at the GPS icon on the map. Speed's good, temperatures are good, altitudes are good, it's all good, it's all excellent. I'm not going to loiter in the target area. So it's going to be tough to, in a split second, find suitable target and hit it. The problem is if you dive and you can't see a target, you waste everything. But you can't just circle around over the target area. You'll get shot by AAA or intercepted by a fighter. Alright, I see the station. I see the train. Dive brakes on. Speed's good. The wing. I think I exceeded GeForce, even for a Stuka. Unless I got hit by the flak and it weakened the wing, and then the pull-out broke the wing. Apart from that, very successful. 2 vehicles, 9 railroad, 3 buildings. I dropped my bombs before I was taken out, so they were all effective. If you don't drop them and you just hit the ground, they don't detonate, so make sure you drop them. 2 vehicles, 9 railroad, 3 buildings. How do we take out tanks without a gun? What about the BF 110? It doesn't have any gun either. It has an MGFF with armor piercing. That's interesting. Ah, this is how you take out a tank in this early war scenario. Alright, I have not flown the Henschel really in multiplayer combat. This is going to be great. Ah, this is going to be awesome. I've got a choice of a Mark 10, MK101 or MK103. Speed loss 6 k's an hour. Speed loss 6 k's an hour. Gun mass, ammunition mass, additional mass. Additional mass 179 kilograms. Additional mass 234 kilograms. The 103 weighs more. They both lose you the same speed. Ammunition mass 75 kilos basically on the 101. Ammunition mass 24 kilos. So this one has more ammo. It's the newer cannon. This one's the older cannon. I believe it has my opinion is it has a higher muzzle velocity. I don't know, could be wrong. It's a huge cannon. It's about 7 feet long, but or thereabouts. But I'm going to take the 103, I think. Of course, with armor piercing. You can take bombs as well. So you get 80 rounds. What about the 101? 101, you get 30 rounds. 30 rounds, the 101. 80 rounds, the 103. It sounds like a no-brainer, right? Like it sounds like the 103 is the better one, but usually if you get less of something, you get more in another category. I think the 101 gives you something better, like higher muzzle velocity, maybe a higher penetration. I don't know, we'll go with the 103. We've got 80 rounds. You can also carry potentially some other stuff here. I don't think you can carry that in addition to that because they're both slung under the fuselage. These ones are on the side of the fuselage. Looks like I can carry them. Alright, bear with me guys. My pondering is almost at an end. What about, I don't think I can carry this as well. No, I can't. What about the 101? Still 500 rounds of 150, 120. Alright, so I'm going to go for some of those. 500 rounds of 150, 120. And 80 rounds armor piercing of the 103. All of the white paint schemes are locked for some peculiar reason. There's that one. What else have we got? That one. And that one. Check this out. That's quite a spectacular ducky. This is the duck, for those of you that don't know. So there's the 103. And here's the ports for the 150-120s, which are here and here, buried in the fuselage for weight and balance purposes, and firing out of here and here. And I believe you've got another machine gun up here and up here, MG-17 or something, potentially. The cockpit is so small that the gun sight for the plane is outside the cockpit, outside the front windscreen. Engines, 2 engines, but they're both about 400 horsepower each, so it's not a very powerful plane. But you do have redundancy, having 2 separate power plants. This plane is hard to take off. I'm going to take off from here, due east, hit the tanks. I should have adjusted the fuel down actually. Nice, choo choo, the duck knows. My phone ran out of batteries, I'm back again. Yeah, this plane, hard to take off. Some aircraft off in the distance there. Are they landing? Very small cockpit. It's reminiscent of an armoured bathtub. Task completed. Enemy tanks in square 2015-3 destroyed. Ah, you bastard! This is where I was headed, all geared up to attack tanks. And and now the tanks are gone. Can you believe that? It's like I'm chasing targets that vanish. What else can I do with an armor-piercing weapon? I can fly it as a fighter plane. Go back to the damn train station. I can go up to this airfield up here. I can go to a defensive position, railroad up here, railroad here. I can get a new aircraft. That's so annoying, I really wanted to destroy some tanks. I don't know. I think I'll head back to the... I don't know. What about this airfield up here? I'll go up to this airfield. So far, I'm not able to adjust the propeller pitch. It must be automatic. I used to be an expert at flying this plane. I've forgotten everything about it. The only thing I can remember is to use the brakes when you're taking off, otherwise you'll ground loop. Alright, let's do. Greg says yes. You don't count your ducklings before they've hatched. Everything seems to be on automatic, which is problematic because if the engine starts overheating, I don't know, there's no radio. The only control I've got is throttle and mixture. Oh well, I'm just going to go with what I've got. It looks like the instrument panel's tucked away under the duck nose. I don't think you'd have much luck in seeing. If you're claustrophobic at all, this is probably not the plane for you. Conveniently, the designers, the engineers have placed the speedo behind the control column. We're going very slow. Very, very slow. If I increase the throttle, it seems to jump out of continuous mode. All the way up to 100 and it doesn't give emergency power. That's interesting. So continuous is at about 50%, 55%, and combat mode is all the way up to 100%. Boosted mode. Seems a little bit arbitrary. Honestly guys, the greatest danger, because I've hardly flown this plane on servers, the greatest danger is actually that I'll overheat or that I'll blow up the propeller or something. Once you get the hang of an aircraft, then that's not so much of a risk. It's like when I started flying the Kitty Hawk, I kept on running the engine with too high RPM for too long and things like that. We are in continuous mode now, but man, the speed is 220 k's an hour. That ain't nothing. A slug can run faster than that. A duck can waddle faster than that. Am I headed? Well, I've just barely left the airfield. Basically going to head up to the enemy's airfield here. It's a very risky flight going through here. One thing I know about the Duck from flying on the EU server is it's actually a pretty good fighter aircraft because it turns very well, and the armament that it carries is very nasty. Someone's out of fuel. The takeoff in this aircraft was surprisingly easy. I didn't need to use the brakes more than an extremely brief tap on one of them once. And I didn't even really need to use the rudder. It just took off. It was the easiest takeoff in the Duck that I've ever achieved, that I've ever experienced. Get out and push. A Duck can waddle faster than this. How does the temperature look? Incredibly low. What the heck? Like 40 degrees? That's too cold. That's impossible. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is the auto level off? Damn, lucky I noticed that. That's the speed. Low. What's going on? I feel like I need to sit up in this aircraft a bit. So annoyed that those tanks were destroyed before I could get to them. It's kind of like playing catch up. I wanted to use the BK 3.7, it's not available on this map. I find the next best tank hunter, this one, and then the tanks get destroyed before I can get to them. I'm going to have to increase power, I'm descending. Can't hardly fly at continuous mode. Still got a very low speed, but at least we're not going to hit those pine trees. Keep it at 65% power for a while and see how the temperature likes that. Yeah, that would have been perfect to hit those tanks, but man, long flight now. Look, we've only gone about 1 centimetre. Maybe the maximum speed of this plane is 200 millimetres per hour instead of 200 kilometres per hour. What are we doing now? 260, I would say. That's pretty good, relatively speaking. Have I got the flaps down or something? Yeah, I probably don't. No, maybe not. I still got the gear down? I doubt it. No, it wasn't the gear. Oh well, it's good to go through that process of elimination. This plane's literally slower than a Stuka, can you believe that? Quack, quack. Right, time to change course. Go north. And I just tried adjusting the reticle on the gun sight and I was not able to. I reckon I've got the gun sight set to 300 meters, which is okay. So anything that fits in there is going to be at 300 meters. Warning, the enemy attacked the advanced airfield, takes cover in the square 1916.9. That's that. That means that airfield, not surprisingly, is under attack. Let's get some action. Let's bloody fly into that airfield. Bit of change in the pitch of the engine. What's the temperature like? No, it's still bloody 50 degrees C. It's nothing. Incredibly cold, in fact. Now the cockpit in this plane is very well armoured. It's described as an armoured bathtub that you're in, but the rest of the plane is not, to my knowledge, is not really armoured, and to my experience is not very strong. So your plane can get destroyed pretty easily, even though you might be okay within the armoured bathtub, so to speak. You guys see what I see? I see planes. 1, 2, 3, 4 planes, I reckon. Yep, I can see 4 planes. And I'm a duck and I'm going right in there. Duck going for glory. Which plane do I want? I don't know. About now they'll be seeing me and they'll be going, "What the devil? It's a duck! What's he doing here?" And then I'll shoot them with my cannons, haha. Alright, those lighter coloured planes are generally the Allied planes. I can see one on the deck. He's getting shot at. He's going away from the east turn. The problem is though that they can outrun me and so on. I've only got a small chance to get at them. There's a 109 going straight up. There's a yak chasing it. No, it's an I-16. keep my altitude if I can. It's a kill. Haha! Below 109. I stole your kill. Not. That was my kill fair and square. I probably saved his bait. I haven't used my 103 yet. How's the engine temperature? About 70, 60. It's gone up marginally. Whack whack. Task completed, opponent railway station square 1885 destroyed. That was the one that I hit initially, I think, unless it was the one in the north. Let's check. Yeah, that railway station down there is a goner. I destroyed a great deal. Someone says good job. Right, where to now? I was initially going to head to the airfield. I think I'll keep going unless I run into more action over here. I'm going to go behind my lines a bit to get away from the airfield in a bit more safety. To be a 109. What's he up to? And another 109. No worries. Got pretty atrocious rearward visibility. Guys, I've been renovating my house. Today I completed a project that I've been meaning to get onto for so long, but it's been so cold, it's not really been necessary. I've been working on fitting fly screens to two of the windows of one of the bedrooms, and I've finished that off today. Completely renovated the frames and put in some new mesh, fiberglass mesh or nylon mesh, black mesh. Anyways, it means you can have the windows slid open and you can have the cool air, well actually it's pretty hot, coming in. You can have some airflow coming in without any flies and mosquitoes getting in. That's the aim of the game there. Completely successful. It's good. You've got a project in the back of your mind for 6 months, and then finally on one particular day you finish it off, and that's a really good feeling of accomplishment. I started the project a long time ago when I took the original frames off. They had some completely rusted out ferrous material mesh on them that was completely rusted out, covered in rust, everything covered in rust. Used a wire brush, and it was a whole big process, huge process. Basically a full-on restoration of the fly screens on the window frames. And now they're as good as new. Alright, where am I? There's our tanks. Keep an eye on the status messages for action over the tanks. Wonder how the temperature is. 6. In the area of airfield, Ivan Sko seen the enemy plane. Where that? Don't care. I'm going to the enemy airfield. I'm almost there. It's only taken 20 hours to get here. So basically I'm going to use my 103 and everything else on the enemy airfield. That was a stellar kill on that I-16. Do you hear the guns? The 150 120s. They have a kind of, there's two of them, so they have that kind of kind of a awesome sound to them. Beef. Alright, this one's under it. Oh no, I just got hit. Don't you hate that? You get hit when you're checking the map. I'm still alive. How am I still alive? If I can't move anything. The controls aren't working. Why are the controls not working? If I get out of auto level, now I can probably move the controls a bit. That's weird, eh? Alright, let's go home. Let's go home. Rod's jammed. I should... Too late. Stellar kill on the I-16, gotta say. Alright, so that's been a flight in the Stuka in the HS129. Now I'm going to try something different. Probably an F2. Very user-friendly plane. Everything is automatic. Propeller seems to be automatic, radiator seems to be automatic. The thing is when you're jumping between plane, you got to reacquaint with the plane each time. Different engine management settings. I'm going to head out to the enemy airfield just here. Roughly 80 degrees. What's this Stuka up to? He's ground looping right in front of me. Doing some ballet. Such poise. Uh-oh. Yeah. I think I better get out of here before that's off. So everything's automatic. The propeller's the only thing that's not is the mixture, I think. Even the mixture's automatic. Hey, it says that my airfield's under attack. What the heck? There. There is something. Go. That ain't looking too good. Ah, damn it. Trying to bring it back over the airfield where the flak. Let's try that again. Yeah, that I-16 crashed out, I think. A lot of our fighters are up there, and there's flak. That's what usually happens when I start a Henschel HS129 ground loop. Someone's taken off there in a 110. Heading to the airfield at 16:18, or wherever else I can find some action according to the status messages. Look how easily this plane climbs. We're already 1,000 meters. To get here in a Stuka is like seemingly like 5-10 minutes. Task completed. Enemy railway station at 13:18 destroyed. That was up north, I believe. Yes. Zanino seen enemy plane. Where, pray tell, is Zanino? Down there, I think. Saw another aircraft down here. Where though? Right below me. We got two 109s and a 110 in front of me. One down there. 110 up there. Over the Axis tanks right now. Oh, great! And just as I was about to attack that aircraft, the server crashed. Game server connection lost. That's pretty crazy. Guys, on that note, I'm going to end the stream. It's been a varied stream. It's been a sometimes frustrating stream, particularly with the beginning, with Tactical Air War having a lot of technical issues. Hopefully I'll be able to get on there next time. This may not be my last stream for tonight, but it most probably will be. So I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Like, share, subscribe. Check out froggyfrog9000.com. And hope you can join me for the next stream. Bye for now.